I do.
Can I have a piece, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
And it's not a joke. That's a French brand. Look at the
It's
name.
what?
That's a French brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hollywood gum. Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
You know, I bought some of this up at St. Paul de Vence.
There you go.
Yeah. Last year.
What? How do you like chocolate and mint?
What's that?
Chocolate and mint.
Didn't I see you some? Well, I know
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
you've seen me. I'm based in LA.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm correspondent there.
That's
so.
right. But we saw each other recently.
Not recently.
So we're here last year?
No, I don't think so.
You weren't here last year for the festival.
I was here, but we didn't. I didn't interview you. A friend of mine did. I mean, another reporter for the same thing.
No, but I know I saw you.
Really?
Yes.
I've been looking for my lookalike.
She looks like a French
No.
girl.
Are you sure? Okay.
Don't
I'm not
worry,
going to argue
it's
with you.
alright. It's okay.
How's everybody doing? Is this good?
No,
Okay.
perfect.
Nice suit. He's dressed up nicer than I am.
Well, you are. You know, on the show you're usually pretty well dressed for a FBI agent.
I know, it's nice to get out of the suit. Last year, none of, you don't remember last year because you didn't talk to me last year. She was ignoring me last year. But I wore a suit last year. So I said this year I'm just going to wear,
Being character.
I'm wearing
right?
casuals. We're more casual this year. But look at this nice watch I got yesterday. Isn't that great?
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a Pilgrim.
Pilgrim? Oh yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
You like watches like Sarkozy?
And I got these
Like our
too.
president?
How
Yeah.
about those, huh?
Okay. You're fine. You almost look like a Hollywood star or something. I don't know.
Maybe I should get into the acting business. What do you
Maybe.
think? All right.
Speaking of which, because all of the fans were just, I guess in the States, but here in France, you know, Without a Trace is huge.
I know.
Everybody was devastated at the news. So how was it broken to you, and when and how?
Well,
did
there was talk for about maybe a month or so that the show was on the bubble, meaning that it was a maybe that it would get picked up or not, and which was surprising to us because the show has been very successful and it was doing great numbers and ratings.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we started inquiring and asking different people, and everybody felt confident that we were going to be coming back for an 8th season. We were willing to, you know, give something from our end, you know, as far as the not asking for more money, just saying, you know.
You decided
Yeah,
between yourself to just kind
yeah,
of
we'll
stay.
just stop where we are, and we'll just, you know, let's do another year. It'll be great. And so we thought we were in a position where where financially it would make sense for them to do the show one more year, because it is an expensive show. And at the end of the day, it just became a financial decision to pick up some shows that are younger than ours. We were 7 years. A couple of the other shows were, you know, going into a 7th season or, you know, 6th season, and so that's what ended up happening. It just came down to financial. It was unfortunate because the show is doing very well. I was hoping that maybe somebody else would pick up the show
Yeah, it
and
has happened
put it on another
recently.
network.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's just because it's an older show, networks they're looking for something new. And it's harder. If the show was maybe in its 4th season, then they probably would have picked it up somewhere else, but not after 7. And it was disappointing. You know,
But you have, it's quite a big success still in the United States or no?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
sure, yeah,
It's
absolutely.
doing great numbers, no?
It's doing fantastic.
So it's only about money.
It's actually doing as well or better than it did in its 1st season.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
It's
do
a
you
while.
understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand that they could stop it?
I don't know. I don't understand. I think it's an unfortunate time. Also, I think if the economy wasn't so bad, the advertising, the car companies, I think that it would have gone another year. But I think with the advertising dollars are really down, and it's hard to do a show if you're not getting the same ad revenue. But it's going to turn around, and the economy will come back, and people will start, you know, spending money again.
And you think it could come back? Or
No, I don't think so. And I'm ready to do something new.
I was
Yeah.
about to
Yeah.
ask you,
Yeah.
because most procedural actors, after a certain while, and we've seen that with CSI, a lot of people have left the shows. Isn't that, you know, you get a hitchy and you want to try something
Yeah.
new?
Absolutely. I'm ready to do a different character, tell a different story. I want to direct some other shows. And
Have you
so-
directed?
Yeah, I've
some
done
episodes? Yeah.
4 or 5 episodes of Without a Trace, and I like it. You know, I've had some success at it.
What did you learn about directing the show?
Pardon?
What did you learn when directing?
What did I learn? I learned it. I learned it's important to be prepared. You have to be prepared when you're directing. You can't come without a plan because there's not a lot of time. And it's also important. It's also important to get some sleep when you can. Yeah.
Do you miss your character, or do you feel like you've known him too much?
Yeah. No, I'll miss Martin. I enjoyed playing this character. Although I would have liked to see more of him. When you're working on an ensemble, it's hard. You know, you only get little bits and pieces, and so I look forward to playing a role where I can.
Character.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think it's more developed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Will you go into cinema, theater, TV?
I'll do all of them. I love all. I enjoy all those different different mediums. I'd love to work in feature films. I'd like to direct. I have some stories that I want to tell, and so I'm just right now I'm relaxing, traveling the south of France a little bit, and then when I get home, I'll start focusing on that. You know, what's next.
So I'd say most actors, TV actors, like the permanent gig or the steady gig because they don't have to move around. It's usually good for family life.
Right.
So it was really hard to do one react. We told her, well, it's over now. I'm gonna have to go back on the road possibly. I mean,
she's okay with it. She was excited. She's my wife's also ready for me to do something new because we've been together almost 17 years now.
she's 10 years of
yeah, and we're
the show.
and so we, for the first half of our relationship, 10 of the years that we were together, I was bouncing from one job to the next and going to Canada and New Zealand and just working all over, and so it was nice to have the steady job where I'm home with my kids and my wife in the evening, but we're ready to kind of do something new, and they're pretty flexible. My family, they're pretty good about if we ended up having to go somewhere else, we would spend a year in New York working on Now and Again, and so, but she's excited too for me to I think what Carrie's most excited about is for me to pursue some of my other goals that I have.
Which are
Directing,
Directing,
developing some features, producing, and
More than acting?
Pardon?
More than acting?
No, I will act. I want to do. I like how George Clooney's obviously a big movie star, but I like what he's been able to do.